to the Tea Time Data Talk series by Quantitative Academy. So we will have a live talk every month sharing of anything related to data for this Tea Time Data series. So before we start the talk, let's have a quick action to subscribe our channel and click on the cute little bell button so that you will not miss out our next live shows. So please feel free to share the link to your friends to join our live talk for today. Well, let's start for the talk today. Target marketing. Okay, so we are going to discuss on the target marketing based on 3 topics today. So first of all, we are going to talk at what is target marketing. So we are going to tell a short story on the different types of target marketing approaches here as well. And secondly, we are going to discuss about the STB marketing model. So for the topic of STB marketing model, rather than a typical introduction only, we are going to focus more on how data plays its role in the marketing model, in the STB marketing model. And next, what we are going to cover in this talk is a open discussion on what are the changes in the market nowadays. So we are going to discuss also on how are we able to use data to cope with all these changes in the market for today. All right, so let's have a quick walkthrough about target marketing. Okay, so first of all, what is target marketing? Okay, target marketing is actually help to define a group of consumers who are identified as likely buyers, meaning to say that they are going to have higher possibility to buy our products or our services. And we are only focusing solely on serving this group of customers to achieve a better outcome of our marketing. So that's basically target marketing. And of course, you might be asking a naughty questions here. So is target marketing a must for the business? So is it a must? For this question, okay, I will answer, well, it is not really necessary, not a must for a business to choose a target marketing. So I can also sell my product, simply be promoted and distributed in the same way for all the potential buyers. Okay, hold on. So you may be saying that, hey, true. So if let's say that you are saying that target marketing is not a must, it's not a necessary thing, then why are we here today? Okay, calm down, everyone. So let me bring you to explore how not a must approach can eventually become ultimately important in most of the business nowadays. Okay, so ready to go into the target marketing. Okay, first of all, we are going to position the target marketing, in the overall marketing approaches first. Okay, so we have a few marketing approaches. So let us just position target marketing in these approaches. All right, basically, there are 3 fundamental approaches that have ruled the world of marketing since last century. So they are actually undifferentiated marketing, differentiated marketing, and also concentrated marketing. So these are the 3 different types of approach in the marketing. Well, this kind of confusing for these words and hard to remember. No worry, let's translate all these 3 terms into a friendly wording. So you can call it mass, segment, and niche. So what is meant by mass, segment, and niche? Okay, so for mass, mass marketing is basically the undifferentiated marketing. So meaning to say that we are going to treat the whole market segments as a one, whole market segment as one. And then we are going to offer the same type of products or service to the whole market. So there is no difference between, there will be no segmentation done in the whole market. So one offer to the whole market. That is the mass marketing. Okay, so a very typical example of the mass marketing is Coca-Cola in the past 20th century. So by that time, when Coca-Cola was just invented and also it's just hot. So they only offer a single product to the whole market. So only one flavor, one type of Coca-Cola drinks. But then they are able to target to all the potential buyers, all the markets. Okay, so we have the slogan, one Coke for everyone. All right, so the mass marketing approach was used widely in the past notably in the categories like snack foods, soda, all these type of products that can actually fit to everyone. Okay, so this is the mass marketing. Next, let us talk about segment, which is the differentiated marketing. So what is a segment market? Okay, segment marketing will break the overall segments, the overall market into smaller segments. So for example, in the whole market, I can actually break them into 3 segments. And by targeting at several different segments, we can give different special offer targeted on each of the segments based on their unique characteristic. So by the time, whenever we do the segmentation to segment into different segments, it's basically segment by the characteristic. So all these offer can be actually done accordingly to the market segment. So this is the segment marketing. Okay, so let's use some example to illustrate the segment marketing. Okay, so one typical example would be Colgate. Okay, so everyone, I think you have the experience of using toothpaste, right? So Colgate is one of the very significant brand for toothpaste. And when you really look into the Colgate, okay, just on the one of the product, which is a toothpaste. We know that Colgate actually they have different products like toothbrush, like the like toothpaste and so on. But then we just look at one, which is a toothpaste. Even with only one product, which is the toothpaste, we already have different kinds of toothpaste. For example, we have the Colgate Total, okay, the Colgate Optic White. We have the Pro Relief for the sensitive teeth, and many others. So, why does Colgate produce different series of toothpaste? So this is due to there are some buyers who select Colgate Total, which is the basic type, if let's say they do not have any special requirements. And some buyer who are willing to pay more, they have the ability and they are willing to pay more for like special function, then they might be selecting the Optic White for teeth whitening, correct? So this is a very typical example for the segment marketing. So on top of that, so for those who are thinking that, they want a teeth whitening. Okay, so some of the consumers, they might thinking that, I want a teeth whitening. But then eventually they might be choosing the Colgate Total, which is the basic type as well, just because it's as a lower price, perhaps. Okay, so if and also same goes for those who has no requirement at first. They do not looking for sensitive teeth. They do not look for any whitening. But then eventually they might also choose the Optic White because they willing to spend more, although that is not their initial intention. So that is the spending behavior. So all these factors, the requirement, the spending behavior are the things that make the market segment different. That's why we are able to actually group our consumers into different market segments. And all these market segments, a lot of the time, is not depending on what is required, what is needed by the consumer, but also greatly depending on the spending behavior, on the characteristic of the customer. So that comes the idea of segment marketing, different offerings for different market segments. All right, so lastly, let's talk about the niche marketing. So as the name it shows, the niche marketing. So just now we have already shown that the large market can be actually broken down into smaller market segments. So for these market segments, niche marketing will only concentrate on one of the specific group of the market segment to make offering. So like just now, Colgate, they are actually targeting on everyone because we know that everyone we need to brush our teeth. So it's actually everyone products. But then some of the product they just focusing on a particular market segments. So a good example, and then the offering of the products or services they make will be only particularly specially designed for that selected market segment. That is the niche marketing. So a very good example, and is really a good example. And then for the niche marketing is the lefty. Yeah, so what is actually a lefty's shop the branding? So this is a specialized shop for the left hand. Okay, so we call it the left hand store. So from the name, you already know that who are the targeted consumer, right? So the targeted consumer basically are those people who are using the left hand. Okay, so you can see that this niche, these are lefties, okay, applying a very good niche marketing strategy where that it doesn't surround a product. It doesn't say that, yeah, I just want to sell a pen or pencil. I'm not just want to sell some products. The niche, okay, the segment they are focusing on is a characteristic called left-handed people. So they sell a wide range of product and then they appeal to different people, different ages, different genders, different nationality across the world. But then their offer is very specific, targeting on a particular group who is the left-handed people. And yeah, that is basically a very successful business. And a lot of the left-handed people is like, oh, I finally get someone who know me well and then offer this kind of products. And yeah, they are really working good in currently. Okay, so now let us put everything into a whole to do comparison for the three different marketing strategies. So we had the mass, segment, and niche marketing, right? So yeah, you can see that clearly on the comparison between the mass, segment, and also niche. So still remember the question that I asked earlier in the talk today. So what is the question that I asked? I asked about, is marketing a must? And also my answer is, it is not necessary for a company or for a business to choose target marketing because the business can actually promote and distribute the product in the same way to all the potential buyers. So can anyone tell which approach actually does this statement referring to? Is not a target market. So among the three, okay, you can comment below for your answer. So among the three market strategy, mass, segment, and niche, which one actually referring to, not is actually not included a target market where it actually put all the buyers in the same way of promotion in same product. Yeah, so you can comment here. So meaning to say that they target for everyone. They do not do any segmentation. They do not do any segmentation. Okay, so we have some answers here. Okay, so yeah, let me look at the comments. Okay, we have some answers here for someone saying niche, someone saying mass. Okay, so perhaps let me do some quick explanation about the niche and the mass. So it seems that everyone is very clear about the segment marketing, right? All right. So when we look at the target market, right? So target market basically involve a few steps. The first one is they need to segment the market into smaller segments so that they know who to target to. So when we look at the niche, actually we need to segment into different markets and then we select one particular market to target on. So actually niche marketing is actually incorporate the target marketing. So the one does not incorporate the target marketing is actually mass. So for mass, you can see that the overall market, the whole market does not involve any segmentation. Okay, does not involve any segmentation. So the example given earlier was the Coca-Cola, whereby Coca-Cola actually they produce only one product, which is a Coca-Cola drink, correct? So for everyone without any other flavors or any other versions of Coca-Cola. So mass is the one that does not incorporate target marketing. So if in that saying, does it mean that actually we can put more we can put our business into the mass marketing? So let us go through the Coca-Cola example again for discussing this. Okay, so you can see that nowadays, along the time, Coca-Cola from a single product, has been actually evolved into multiple products. Okay, so for example, Now we are actually having the Coca-Cola Light, the Coca-Cola Zero that launched by the Coca-Cola company, correct? So this is because along the time, the people started to realize the importance of the target marketing. Of the target marketing. So in the past last century, so we are not the importance of the marketing was not widely used. That's why they are actually using the mass marketing, because they are not having the idea on the segmentation for yet. That's why they come up with the mass. And as the time goes, you can observe that even Coca-Cola, even any other big organization, they actually come up with the products that particularly actually target on a specific groups. So for example, the light and the zero are targeting on, like, for example, me, I want to keep fit, so I don't want to drink so high sugar level, so I would choose the light or zero. That as we can see from here, mass marketing is actually has fallen out of favor. So most of the businesses had already shifted towards the target market approach that happens in both the segment and niche marketing. So the mass marketing has slowly actually phased out and being replaced by the target marketing that focus on both segment and niche marketing, where we have segmentation occurring right here. So in this target marketing, so we are actually providing, doing the market segmentation first, and then providing a special offering that is required by each of the segments. So there is a great quote in the marketing saying that if you are trying to talk to everybody in marketing, basically you are not reaching anybody. So there's a very good quote about the marketing. So that means that if, let's say, you are still incorporate the mass marketing in the in your business, you are trying to talk to everyone by using one sound, that might be might be quite difficult. This is why we need the target marketing. Talk to everyone. Talk to the correct person using the correct way. This is how we are going to do our marketing business. So that summarizes basically our first topic on today's talk, which is what is target marketing. And I do hope that you have gotten something, which is a mass marketing, the segment marketing, and also the niche marketing, and what are them. So this is a summary of our next topic. So before we move into the next topic, which is a STP model, so please spare me a few seconds to talk to our friends who are just joining this live. So for those who are just joining, welcome to the Tea Time Data Talk series by Quantetic Academy. So a reminder to subscribe our channel and click on the bell button so that you will not miss out our next live shows. And feel free to share the link to your friends. So today, the topic that we are talking about is the target marketing, and we just completed the first part, which is what is target marketing. So no worry, if let's say you have missed out the previous part, you are always able to look back at our records in our videos in our YouTube channel. So let's move on to our second topic, which is the STP marketing model. So what is meant by the S, T, and P in this marketing model? So STP stands for, first, segmentation. So segmentation referring to how do I divide market into distinct group of customers. And the second, T, stand for targeting. After I divide my customers into different groups, so which segment or segments I should focus, which one are more attractive to me, so I should focus on, that is the targeting. And third, P stands for positioning. Positioning means that we need to determine how to position our products to the targeted segments. So how to position our product to the targeted segments. So when you look across this, the STP framework, basically it is a framework, it is a model to make our marketing successful, our target marketing successful. So we must agree that this STP framework already actually come out years ago, and it's still the most basic, most fundamental model that everyone using in the target marketing. Okay, so as mentioned in the starting, in this part, when we are going to discuss about the STP framework, we are not only going to do a typical introduction on what is STP and how do we do that, but then we are going to focus more on how data plays the role in this STP model. So as everyone knows, currently the data is an explosion of data everywhere. So we are going to make use of the data in this STP framework. How can the data help in the STP framework as compared to before? I mean, as compared to previous time when we are lack of data. Okay, so let's go step by step. First, let's look into the segmentation, so which is dividing market into distinct group of customers. Segmentation would be actually our main focus in the STP framework here. So this is because it is the core component that differentiates the mass marketing and the target marketing. So remember in the previous section, we talked about mass marketing, segment marketing, niche marketing. So how mass marketing differentiate itself from the other two, which are we group it into target marketing. Yeah. So how mass marketing different by target marketing? It's the segmentation. Mass marketing doesn't put anyone into different segments. It just focus everyone. Okay. So segmentation in the marketing commonly referring to customer segmentation. Okay, that is a common reference of the segmentation for the customer. So what is that is meaning to say that customer segmentation is to group our customer or our potential buyers into different segments. Okay, into different segments. And the customer in the same segments, okay, they should have the similar characteristic. Okay, they should have the similar characteristic. So you might be asking, how can I actually, what are the characteristics or what are the factors that I should actually look at to group the customer, to segment the customer? Okay, there are 4 typical type of the segmentations. Okay, customer segmentations. Basically, these 4 are the geographic segmentation, demographic segmentation, psychographic segmentation, and the last one is behavioral segmentation. Okay, 4 types of the typical segmentations. So I mentioned typical here, meaning to say that nowadays actually everything is moving fast. There are more types, but then these 4 are the typical segmentation. Okay, so let's first look at the first 2. So you might be feeling that among these 4 types of segmentation, I'm familiar with the geographic and also demographic, because these two segmentations actually had been practiced since very beginning when customer segmentation was introduced. Okay, so that means that in the earlier time, customer segmentation would be very depending on the geographic and also demographic. Okay, the top 2. Geographic segmentation here consider the factors that are actually affected by location. So, for example, I can actually determine the geographic characteristic of a customer by using what is his country, where is he from, the language he's spoken, what is the population in that area, what is the climate in that area, and so on. Every possible factors that will affect by the location considered under geographic segmentation. Okay, so this is very typical in a way. Normally, when we want to do some marketing, we will target on whether inside our own country, or I want to also target someone outside the country. Okay, and maybe if let's say I'm selling some winter products, for sure that less markets in Malaysia unless you are targeting for those who are traveling, correct? And if let's say you are selling winter product, perhaps your market will be wider if let's say you are selling at other countries, like which has a 4 seasons. So this is a geographic segmentation. Next, the demographic segmentation. Yeah, I would say that the demographic segmentation will be the most familiar by everyone because almost, when we talk about customer segmentation, the first impression comes with most of the people will be, I can segment by age, I can segment by gender, I can segment by income status, and so on. So demographic segmentations basically consider the factors based on customer status. Okay, based on customer status. And that is the most fundamental type of segmentation. All right, geographic and this a demographic segmentation provide us a solid fundamental on customer segmentation. And in the recent years, there are two more type of segmentations, which are psychographic and behavioral segmentations for marketing. Okay, so these two are very new, but then I would say the outcome of these two segmentation is fabulous. First, let's look at the psychographic segmentation. So what is meant by psychographic? Psychographic segmentation consider the factors based on customer personality. Okay, personality. It's not only on the status, on the outlook, and so on, but it's on the personality. For example, the lifestyle of a customer, the interest of the customer, the activity run by the customer. So these are all considered psychographic. So how does this psychographic segmentation being used in marketing? For some customers who are like to keep fit, you know what kind of product to be introduced to them. For those who are like outdoor activities versus those who like to stay indoors. And for those who are having interested on like they like to make up, they like to dance, they like to cook. So you have actually different type of psychographic characteristic to record from the consumers. All of these are actually typically straight away go towards how you want to sell your product or provide your services. So that is a psychographic. The next one is the behavioral segmentation. So what is meant by behavioral segmentation? Behavioral segmentations normally consider the factors based on past transaction records, such as the frequency of buying, the spending behavior, the frequency, how frequent I buy the products, how much is the quantity normally I buy the products. Normally I would buy a product that is maybe high price, in low price, the price range, and normally I will buy some products with a high rating, and so on. Okay, so these are all the behavioral segmentations, the factors inside the behavioral segmentations. So this helps us to actually study the purchasing behavior of a customer. Okay, so we have so many types of segmentation that can be used, and here we actually cover 4 types, and there are many more, and there are so many factors. Okay, you can see that in my screen now, there are so many factors. So your question will be, which one should I choose? So there are so many factors, which one should I choose? I should actually base on the gender, I should actually base on the country, or what? All right, there is a Mandarin buzzword among the Z generation. Okay, in English we say that only kids need to choose. Adult, for me, I will take all. Okay, so this is a buzzword in the Mandarin. Okay, so this means that, I don't want to choose anything. I just want to take every into consideration. Is it possible? For sure. As a data-driven analytical marketing specialist, we are able to consider every of the factors in these 4 categories, in these 4 segmentations, and even more. So how are we going to do this? We are able to do this with the techniques in the data analytics, or to be more emphasized is actually in the machine learning techniques called the clustering. Okay, called the clustering. So with the help of the clustering, how we analyze the data, we are able to actually cover everything into consideration when we want to do segmentation. All right, so to get everyone into the scenario, let's have a quick simple examples. All right, so now consider that we are someone, we are the business is to sell the cosmetic products. Okay, my product is a cosmetic. And then here is our customer. So we have 8 customers here. All right, so now let me ask you, I want to segment my customer. Okay, now I'm giving you, our product is cosmetic, and I want to segment my customers. Okay, so how are you going to segment your customer? I mean, how are you going to put your customer into, let's say, two groups? So one group is someone I can actually target on, and another group is I do need to target on. So how are you going to segment that? Some tip is I'm selling the cosmetic product. Okay, you can comment in the chat. Okay, so that what is the factor that you will be using to segment your customer if let's say this bring to you? So just a quick view on what are the factors that we have. We have geographic, demographic, and we have age, gender, and so on. Okay, so thanks, Amil. So we have one comments from Amil. So Amil said that we can segment by gender. Okay, thanks Fu as well, gender. Okay, so expected. All right, so why do I say expected? So because I have put my position earlier on, I'm selling cosmetic product. So whenever I'm selling cosmetic product, okay, a lot of people will think that this is some product that is required by female. Correct? This required by female. And that's why the first thing comes into mind when I want to segment my customer. Most of the time, we would think of gender because we are based on requirement. That is basically our so-called professional feeling. So meaning to say that, you have the experience. I know that, female will be the one of my target segment because they are the one using cosmetic. Okay, they are the one using cosmetic. And if let's say I give you more details, more information of my customer base, for example, so I tell you about their age. Okay, I tell you about their age. So the age could be, so for the first one could be 25, 30, and so on for each of them. And again, you might be saying, cosmetic product. So perhaps I could actually segment by gender and also segment by age. Maybe those required cosmetic product are those like young and also perhaps still working, and also still working. So you might be also thinking that I can also segment by age. And furthermore, someone giving me some example, some answers of the gender and age. Thanks. And then someone talking about lifestyle. Cool, lifestyle, correct. So, and someone talking about budget. This is the main point about segmentation, also the budget. But then we have to know, if let's say I want to segment my all these customers, I need data to do the segmentation. Am I right? So at the very first beginning, we talk about, this session, I'm not going to talk about only, what is the segmentation, but then we also talk about how data can be helpful in this segmentation. So when we talk about we need the data, how are we going to get the budget of my customer? What do you think? How can we get the budget from the customer? Okay, so you can comment for below. Okay, how do we get the budget of the customer? So we have a few more comments on the lifestyle and also demographic as well. Lifestyle is one of them. Also, how are you going to collect the data? Okay, so maybe just give you a quick one. How can we actually identify the budget? One significant thing is what is the income? Okay, income could be it's not a must, but then it could be one of the factors that affect the budget, correct? So it's quite direct affecting. So for sure, different spending behavior can affect the budget as well. Meaning to say that even though I have a lower income, but then I'm willing to pay more for cosmetic. So I will actually buy more cosmetic. And maybe for someone who are having higher pay, but then she's not in the making up trend, so she will not spend a lot in the cosmetic. That's possible. But then, if let's say we're saying that, we have the income, we have the age, we have the gender here. So how are we able to actually visualize in the data visualize to do the segmentation? Okay, so our next session is, instead of just seeing a picture like this, I'm going to take account two factors. So what are the two factors? First is the age, second is the income. And let's look at how a clustering or how a segmentation can be done based on the two factors. Okay, so let's say I collected more customers, and then this is the so-called the scatter plot. So scatter plot is basically this thing where we have different income for different age, and then each of the point represent one customers. So meaning to say that we have different customers here, and I plot their income and age into this plot to show how they behave. Okay, I mean to show their demographic data. So from here, we can clearly see that, they look like there are two crowds. Okay, there are two crowds here. So the first crowd is basically this one, the left down corner, and another one is the upper right corner here. So customer segmentation working in a way, whenever we collected the data, say that I have two factors, income and age, and then the customer segmentation will be done by clustering, a technical clustering. So how do clustering do the grouping, do the segmentation? Clustering will first actually look for all those customers who are near to each other, who are similar to each other. So how to determine the similar to each other is by how near these 2 points are. Okay, so clustering will actually look for all the points which are near to each other. And then for those who are near to each other, they will be put under one segment. And these few points are near to each other, so they will be put under the segment number 2. So now I have already done the segmentation into 2 segments. Basically, is 1 and 2. So what can we do next is moving into the next phase of the STP, which is the targeting. So now segmentation has been done. So this idea will be actually forward to next to the targeting. Okay, excuse me. Okay, so this is one of the very clear-cut example. And maybe through this example, you do see the effect of the clustering, because you may say that, hey, I also can see that there are 2 clusters. So what is so powerful about clustering? Okay, so let's look at the next one. All right, so this is the next example. If let's say you have collected your data for income and age, and then, it comes into a result that, these are the points. So now, how can we actually segmentize our customer? You can see that there is no clear-cut points in between all the customer. So this is where we actually need a calculation-based method, which is the clustering. Okay, so again, if let's say using clustering, we are able to actually segmentize into different segments. It's either 2, either 3. So it's determined by the user. So how many segments you want to actually segmentize into. So let's say after using the clustering, so because clustering is a computerized calculation, so it can actually calculate until we get the very good result in the sense of each of the points inside a cluster, let's say the blue points, are near to each other. And each of the points in the orange are near to each other. But then in between the 2 clusters, which is the blue and the orange, they are far away. Okay, this is the idea of clustering. Within the cluster, we want it to be similar. Between the cluster, we want it to be different. Okay, so this is basically some techniques in the machine learning to do for the customer segmentation. Okay, so now let us go back to this slides to see that we have geographical, we have demographic, we have psychographic, we have behavioral. So just now I only covered about income and age, 2 dimensions, 2 factors. So if let's say I want to cover every of the factors, is it possible? Okay, so I will say that it's possible. Clustering can actually manage up to n factors. Many factors also should be also no issue for that. Just that, okay, if let's say I want to visualize in this plot, then it's not possible, because you know that we are actually living in a 3D, in the 3-dimension world. So everything here at most is a 3D. We do not have 4 dimensions. We do not have 5 dimensions. That's why if let's say we are presenting through a screen, which is a 2D, 2 dimensions, we can only use 2 factors. Whenever my number of factors increase until so much, then I couldn't actually visualize it. And that is actually the real reason why we need to use the data analytics techniques. Okay, because human cannot actually handle so many factors at once, but then data analytics can. Okay, that is the reason why we need to incorporate the data analytics into the segmentation. We do not want to focus on one or two factors only, but then we want to put everything as a whole. Okay, so yeah, this is basically the customer segmentation. And for sure, if let's say you ask me about, does it mean that at the very first beginning, I just throw everything into the clustering? I would say for sure that is a no. The answer is a no. Okay, so there is no free lunch in the world. So if there is meaning to say that there is no one solution for every businesses. So of course, a more practical way and a more effective way is, yeah, if some of the factors that you can identify earlier through your subject matter expert. Okay, through your subject matter expert, meaning to say that you are very clear on this domain. For example, you say that, yeah, I'm selling something spicy. Okay, so I want to focus only in Malaysia. Okay, because I can only supply to Malaysia. That is already definite. Because if let's say I want to supply outside, I need to apply. I need to actually consider about the expiry date. Okay, so if let's say this thing is definite, why not you just put the country, yeah, put the city, yeah, clear cut in a clear cut, not necessary to put into clustering. So after all those confirmed factors that you are able to segment out, so you already segment into a smaller market segments, and then we just apply just now the clustering into the smaller market segments, and then do the clustering. Then that will actually give you a better way, okay, better results. Okay, so basically that is about the segmentation. So it's a long story, right? Because segmentation is basically our core component for SCP. Okay, so next we are going to talk about targeting. Okay, targeting. So targeting meaning to say that we are going to select the most attractive segments to focus. So remember, the segmentation is always come to a result where our market, the whole market, will be segmentized into different markets. And then which market to be focused? Okay, that is the targeting. So still remember we have this thing, which is the segment market. Okay, just now we covered about this, meaning to say that I will focus on all the segments, but then I will provide different products for them, for each of the segments. And also there is another type, which is the niche marketing. Okay, the niche marketing, where I will focus on only one specific segment, and then I provide, okay, the special product for that particular. So targeting is basically, first you need to decide whether you want to target on every market segment, or especially in one market segment, or in between, meaning to say that perhaps I have 10 market segments. So I already identified I want to focus on perhaps 3 of the market segments. Okay, so you can also do so. Targeting, basically in this phase, we are going to select what are the most attractive segments to focus. So for sure you will be asking, how do I know which segment should I focus? All right, typically there are 3. Okay, there are 3 factors to focus. First one is the segment size. Okay, you need to consider about the segment size. How large is it? So for sure, a larger market segments, then you are going to have a larger possibility. Okay, so second, the expected growth. So how much the growing space of that market segment, okay, that you want to target on. Third factor, you need to consider about the competitors offering. Okay, so in the segment that I'm currently targeted on, is there any other competitors that already monopolize? Is there any other competitors that offer a better things than what I can offer? If yes, how can I fight for them? So these are all the considerations that you need to consider before deciding, identify which segment to focus. So for sure, there are other considerations as well, but these 3 are the typical main focusing. Okay, so let's us use a very good example. Again, use an example to explain about how this targeting is done. So the example actually I have already covered earlier on, which is the lefties, the left-hand stop. So remember what the lefty does. The lefty is actually targeting on a very specified group, which is the left-handed group. So you can see that the left-handed, so although we say, from statistics, we know that there are 10%, 10 to 20% of the people in the world are the left-handed. Okay, 10 to 20%. So when we talk about percentage 10 to 20, it sounds like only a little bit, not very high. But then you need to know they are targeting on the worldwide. Okay, they are targeting on the worldwide. That means that their segment size is actually very large. Okay, and then second consideration, expected growth. So expected growth, yeah, there is a large space for improving if let's say we target on this left-handed, because as a left-handed people we know that how difficult our life are sometimes if let's say we want to do some things. Okay, so third, competitors offering. Before lefty starts their business, there is really less stores that actually specialize for the left-handed. So they can be saying that is the starter that take care about this group, the left-handed people, and that is why they are so successful. After considering about the segment size, the competitors, the expected growth, all these three considerations are equally good. Okay, for this business to grow. That's why they come out with these all these products and services for the left-handed people. Okay, so basically this is on the targeting. So next we are moving to the positioning. So positioning again, it's about how we position the product to all the segments. So just now we already identified in the targeting, we already identified who are the segment, what are the segments that we want to target. So now we are going to position, okay, how should we offer our products and offer our service to the segments, to each of the segments. So for sure, a very well-known framework is the 4P. Okay, the target market 4P. The 4P referring to product, price, promotion, and place. Okay, these four things. So product basically meaning to say that now I have this targeted group. Do I have a product that is designed for this targeted group? Price. So I have this targeted group already. Is my price relevant or affordable or attractive to the targeted group? Okay. So, and also considering about the competitors' price also. So this is the second P, which is a price. Third, the place. Where are you going to do your promotion? Where are you going to sell? And now, actually nowadays, the place here can be referring to whether it's a physical place or an online place, correct? So it's very different when we comes into online. So later we are going to discuss a little bit about the online, okay? And the fourth one is actually the promotion. Okay, it's actually the promotion. So the promotion here, not only meaning to say what is a discount, what is the package that you can offer to the customer. It also referring to how are you going to distribute this promotion to your customer. For example, I want to actually announce through TV ads. I want to announce through my social media post. I want to announce through a flyer, a brochure, or what. Okay, so all these are actually under the promotion. So basically, whenever we want to position ourselves, our products to the targeted segments, we need to consider the 4P: product, price, place, and promotion. Okay, so let us put this into the scenario just now. Okay, remember just now the scenario of the cosmetic. Okay, so all this positioning, for sure, we will be linking it back to the segmentation. Okay, back to the segmentation and of course the targeting. Okay, so remember, if let's say, okay, now we have already sold something, and then we have two products in my cosmetic. Let's say I have the product A and product B in my cosmetic firm, and then I collect some data. Okay, I collect some data already. So the first one I will target on the product A, and actually I collect the data based on the age. Okay, remember in just now we have 8 customers who have different age, right? So let's say now I have more customer already. So I started to collect the data of for those who buy product A, what is their age. So basically, this is the total sales. Okay, this bar chart, this histogram shows the total sales of the product A by age group. Okay, by age group. So you can clearly see that there are some distribution for this product A, right? And of course, let's look at product B, another product. So I saw that in the product B, I also construct a similar chart where I have the total sales for different age group, and these are the amount of sales I have. So from this, anyone can deduce any insights from these two charts. What is the insight that you can actually deduce from these two charts? Okay, so feel free to comment below if you have any insight. So let me look at the comments. Okay, so looking at the product A and product B, what are the insights that you can get from these two? Okay, so you can basically look at the distributions. I mean, the height of the histogram. Okay, so we have something. Oh, okay, so great. So we have the money that is being spent. Correct. So we have some comments. Okay, so A will be for young people, and then Amil saying that older versus younger. Cool. And then we have Cintube. So product A aims towards younger generation. Product B aims toward elderly generation. Thanks all for your comments. You are correct. So when we look at these two, it's actually quite obviously to see that. Okay, so for the product A, most of the people who are buying product A are actually ranging from, below 40. Okay, we can say that below 40. And then for product B, those who are buying product B will be 40 and above. So this is a very, if let's say we have already collected the clustering data, from clustering, we have already segmented into group 1 and group 2. And then we find out that, we only segment to according to age. And then we found out that, okay, cluster for product A, actually, we have more in the cluster 1, which is younger people, okay, who buy 40, who are aged 40 and below. And then for another cluster who buy product B will be 40 and above. So you can see clearly, these two, they are targeted one. Okay, so let's make this thing more complicated by adding one more factor. Okay, so which is income. So now product A. Okay, so I will represent into a scatter plot again, but then I will be labeling them. So based on the income and also age. So I have a group of not buying, another group of buying. And of course, for product B, I have also the group of buying product B and not buying product B. So what is the insight that you can deduce from here? So let's look at the product A first. Okay, product A first. Okay, so any insights that you can deduce in the product A? So we have now two factors, income and age. And also we know about, from the past experience, okay, from the past experience, this group are the buying, these dots are the buying groups and the cross is the not buying groups. Okay, so what can you deduce from here? So if let's say I want to target certain segments, okay, to promote my product A, who should I target? Okay, so everyone, there will be a little bit lagging in the comments towards me. So please give me some seconds for the message to reach my place. All right. Okay, thanks, Hasma. So Hasma saying that for product A, we are going to attract elderly people based on current plot, right? So let me just put in on the product A. Correct. Based on the age, is just the elderly. Any other insights? Okay, so product A have a clearer cluster towards elderly people with higher income, Wow, fabulous. That is a very complete answer. Okay, thanks for Cynthia. So so you can see that from this plot for the income and age. So we are basically able to see that those with a higher income and the older people, they have a higher potential to buy things. Okay, whereas those with a lower income and younger, they will not buy the product A. So same goes to the product B. But then the product B is not so clear cut in a way. We couldn't really say that the income is one of the determining factor. Okay, we couldn't say that income is one of the determining factor here. Okay, anyway, if let's say I put this scenario to put in more factors, for example, gender, and then I add in the marital status, I add in the occupation, I add in many things. Are we able to still come out with the insight like such easy things that income higher and then age older, then they will buy? So whenever we have more and more factors comes in, we are unable to identify, we are unable to get the insights anymore. Correct? So there's no way for us to visualize as well. So that is actually the time, again, data analytics is coming in. So just now, similar to just now the segmentation. Segmentation, we are using clustering. And here, we are going to use something called the predictive analytics. Instead of just determining looking at graph, actually there are a lot of techniques, called the classification. So we are able to predict which customer based on their demographic, geographic, psychographic, and behavioral pattern, the characteristic, whether they are going to buy or not going to buy the products. Okay, so let's put everything into a picture. Okay, so starting from segmentation to targeting to positioning. So we know that the segmentation is aiming to actually segmentize into different group of customer. Okay, different group of customer. And then targeting will actually decide whether we want to target on which customer or we want to target on all the customers. So for here, let's say segmentation we have already done according to the demographic, geographical, and so on, the characteristic to group into different groups. And then we want to target for everyone. Now, positioning is a time where we need to decide, what product we should actually offer to them, at what place, and also what kind of promotion, what kind of channel we should actually give it to them. So remember, there are the 4P, the products, the price, the place, and also the promotion. So perhaps at the end, after I gather all the data, I can come up with some positioning of the offering. For example, for the first group, and I found out that they are actually attracted to those bundle package. Bundle package means to say that I can bundle the product A with another product to make it into a bundle. For example, if let's say someone is buying the eyelashes, so I bundle another, perhaps the mascara to her. So bundle package. So this group is particularly attracted by this bundle package because based on their previous transactions, the previous behavioral spending, I found out that a lot of our sales are actually coming from bundle for this particular segment. And then they are mostly from the online store. So if let's say I get all this information, how should I position my products to this segment? Put it into bundle package and then sell it through online. So, and also maybe we have another segment, let's say the second segment, they are actually attracted by the discount item. Okay, they are attracted by the discount item. And then they will normally purchase from the physical store like a supermarket. So if let's say I want to position, offer my offering to this particular group, then I would, what is a promotion that I would need to do is, discount, giving them a discount. And then where should I sell? Supermarket or any physical store. And perhaps they will be the last one. So the last group, and we found out that they are actually attracted by the limited edition, something with the limited edition they always buy. And then they will like to having a channel called VIP channel, specially call them up, hey, I have a limited edition for this, do you want to buy? They are oftenly successful rate for this kind of marketing is always very high for this particular group. Then how do we position? Sell them, come up with limited edition, market through the VIP channel. So that is basically the STP framework in an overall. So let's use a very significant example on the online shopping to demonstrate this STP framework. So I believe nowadays everyone already tried the online shopping, right? Most of us already know what is online shopping and how to use it. So if you do have this experience, you might be knowing that. Remember back the first time when you just created your account, your online shopping account, what did you do? Okay, so when you first created your online shopping platform account, okay, normally what are you going to do is you are going to sign up. You are going to provide some of the information of yourself. So normally, what are the information that they are going to ask? So basically, they are going to ask your demographic. That is quite common for everyone. So they will be asked about what is your how old are you? What is your birthday? What is your gender and so on. So for sure, maybe they will saying that in the birthday I will give you a special birthday gift. Okay, birthday voucher or what, free and ice cream also, and so on. So all these are basically want to get your data. And what is the information that the online platform is having? Not only the demographic data, but then also the geographical data. So they are able to detect your IP whenever you sign up the account. Where is your IP coming from? So they are able to know which country you are from, which city you are on, and then where are you? So they are actually able to get these two, geographical and demographic data, when you just created the account. And then in the recent years, they started to ask about the psychographic data. So they might put in something like, I want to understand you more. I want to understand my customer more. So can you share about what is the interest of you? You like hiking, or you like diving, or you like jogging, and so on. So they started to ask this kind of question. If you realize you go through all this online shopping platform, right? So they will ask you this kind of question. So with all these information collected, all these factors, the geographical, the demographic, and also the psychographic. So the online platform can group me. If let's say I'm just creating account, the online shopping platform can group me, can cluster me, can segment me with the customer who are having a similar characteristic with me. So let's say I provided my age, my gender, my location, my interest. So they will actually group me together with that group of customer who already purchase and also have the similar characteristic with me. And then what they do next, they are going to start recommend products to me and share me some promotions. So how do they know what are the products to be recommended to me so that it will attract me? Of course, they will based on the same group of customer that I group into, okay, similar with me, what is their normally purchased products, okay, what is their favorite products, and what are the promotion that they normally attract with. So they will actually first get all these promotions or the products that the similar group with me that will be interested with, and then recommend to me. And of course, if let's say now I'm starting creating another account for my father, let's say, okay, I create another new account for my father. You can observe that the recommendation and the promotion given to me and my father will be very different. Why? Because my father, is basically different characteristic with me. He's an elderly staying at my hometown, different location, different gender, different age, different interest. So the recommendation and promotion given to my father and me will be totally different, just because the recommendation and promotions are assigned based on my cluster, based on my segment, and my father's will be based on his segment. Okay, so this is how the online shopping works. And that is not going to be everything. So when the time goes, so I started to make a few transactions. Okay, I started to make a few transactions in Shopee. So what Shopee did was, any online platform okay, so it will started to collect my behavioral data. So if you remember just now at the initial step, the online platform will actually collect my geographical, demographic, and also psychographic data. But then the behavioral data can be actually collected whenever I start to do transaction. Okay, remember how do we do the segmentation based on this four, yeah? So when I started to make transaction, it records basically everything on what do I purchase, how much I purchase, how much I put into a cart and then I didn't check out, and then how long I put the things into my cart, and then do comparisons, and then how do I choose the products. Do I read on the ratings, and basically every action will be collected by the online platform. And then slowly by slowly, the recommendation and the promotion for me will be changed according to my behavior. Okay, according to my behavior. So that is why when you use the online platform for a longer time, okay, you will find that wow, the recommendation seems like specially customized for me. And yeah, basically that is true. And nowadays, the consumers actually started to look for personalized product or services. So everyone like to get something that is really suit them, and then is specially designed for them. So that is actually why target marketing is getting really, really important. And that is the personalization is basically target marketing working for. So it's enable the feeling of the consumer to have like, oh, this product suits me very well. And that is basically what I'm looking for. So target marketing enable this thing. Okay, that is why we need the target marketing as well. Okay, so lastly, we're going to move into our third topic. So this is our second topic about the STP framework. So next, we're going to move into the third topic, talking about changes in the markets nowadays. Okay, what are the changes in the market nowadays? And how can we actually make use of data to cope with all these changes? Okay, so the changes nowadays, yeah, for sure there is a lot. So one typical example would be just now, if you remember, we have actually the cosmetic. So last time in the past, we will feel that cosmetic is for female, so I should actually target on the female buyers. But if you really analyze on the current marketing, cosmetic products buyers is not only targeting on female, but a lot of the time they are targeting on male. Why? Because the cosmetic product could be a very good present for the wife or the girlfriend, correct? Or any friends. So they are not only targeting on the user based on requirement, they also based on the needs, based on the spending behavior currently. So we cannot deny that there a lot of changes has been happening in the current market. Is totally different from past. A very good example is, I will give you a story, a very interesting story on the changes in the marketing. So let's take a look at this. Okay, so say in the physical store, so I have a supermarket. So there is an analysis finding out that there is a research finding out that a lot of the time when a diapers is being sold, when a diapers is being sold in the same transaction receipt, another product is always also sold. So can anyone guess what is this product? So yeah, when the diapers is sold, in that receipt, normally another item will be coming out, and this item is totally, if let's say we just think it's totally, it seems like there is no correlation, there's no relationship with diapers, but it's really sold together. Wet tissue, perhaps because wet tissue for the babies, right? But then the answer is not. So this is very interesting. I think this one is in the Europe, it's not mistaken. The research, the analysis is done is in the Europe. They found out that in a lot of the stores across the nation, whenever people buy diapers, this item most of the time will be coming out. Okay, so it's very difficult to guess, but then let me just review the answer. The answer is beer. Okay, so the answer is beer. Whenever the diapers is sold, a lot of the time, that buyer will also buy a beer. Something looks quite out of expectation. Okay, something looks quite out of expectation. Is it true? This is a really true research. Okay, it's really true. So this research found out that why whenever the diapers is being sold, the beer is also selling together. The reason is the person who buy this is normally a male, a guy, okay, a married guy. And why they buy the diaper together with the beer is because normally the wife do not have time to buy all these things, the diapers and so on. So the wife will actually ask the husband to go to the nearby store. Okay, not necessarily to a supermarket. It's just a store to buy the diapers. And whenever the husband go to buy the diapers, they will think of drinking beer because they saw the beer is there. Okay, because they saw the beer is there. So they tend to buy beer also just because they already reached the store. So a very interesting fact is these two items are commonly sold together, and they found out this is the reason. And what is the action they take? So can you guess what is the action they take? So the store at that particular country, if not mistaken, is in Europe. So what is the action that they take is they are going to put the beer, okay, the counter of the beer, just next to the counter of selling diapers. Okay, very near together. Why? Because they found out that a lot of the people, whenever they buy diapers, they will buy the beer. So if let's say I put it in the separate place, when the husband go and purchase the diaper, he might miss out the beer section. That's why I put these two things near together. When the husband purchase the diapers, he can also purchase the beer. So these techniques, we call it market basket analysis. It's also a very well-known analysis done in the marketing. Okay, market basket analysis basically referring to I analyze what are the items that normally appear together in the basket of a consumer. And after I identify, I will put these two things together, in the near to each other. Okay, so this is another analysis that we can do with the data analytics with the machine learning. Okay, so another changes obviously is a change from the physical store to the online store. So nowadays we can see clearly that physical store, especially during the COVID-19 pandemic, okay, especially during this pandemic, a lot of the physical stores was forced to transform into the online store. So whenever we transform into the online store, basically the strategies, the marketing, everything changed. So when we compare these two, which one, if let's say in terms of I want to do a segmentation very well, I want to do a positioning very well, what I need are the data, right? So comparing physical and online store, actually online store can give us a lot of the data, and it's very good for us to do the segmentation because basically all transactions or every actions that one person has been done in the online store has been recorded. Okay, so if let's say a physical store also want to get all this type of data as what online store having, it's actually quite hard because it's quite hard for you to okay, I already purchased, I buy some groceries in Giant. Let's say in Giant I buy some groceries. So Giant might not be able to trace who am I because I just pay cash. Let's say I just pay cash. So they are unable to track who am I. That's why you can see that nowadays, actually a lot of physical stores, they are moving towards online, like Family Mart. And of course, the Family Mart is now much depending on the physical stores. And what have they done to actually collect all this data to do the market segmentation? If you realize, Family Mart, they have a membership system. I believe not only Family Mart, a lot of the physical store, they have this membership system. Meaning to say that whenever you purchase something, you can actually scan your membership, and then the points will be actually added to your membership. And then you can use the points to exchange some items. You can use the points to get some free items and so on. Of course, this is a technique used by the physical store. The objective, for sure, the first objective is they want to keep you, they want to retain you as their customer. That's why they keep giving you the points. So you are going to collect more points to get items. The second objective, behind is actually they want to get your transactional data, because by each of the time you do the transaction and then you scan your membership, they are able to know that what have you purchased now, and for today what have you how many items you have purchased for now. So they are actually collecting all this data and then for them to do the market segmentation. Okay, so basically this is what is the market changes now. First thing, it's no longer like last time. So specifically only girls will buy the cosmetic, but now everyone will buy it. And also, beers can be actually sold together with the diapers. And of course, a significant change is from physical to online. So when we want to talk about online marketing, a lot of the things can be further discussed. For example, what is the method of advertisement? So previously we have the newspaper, we have the brochure, flyers, and TV advertisement. But now we have the social media as a marketing channel as well. So if you have the chance to look at the Facebook, let's say, Facebook is a social media, the advertisement side, they actually do a very good targeting. You can choose like what is the demographic that you want to target, what is the demographic segments that you want to target, what is a geographical segment that you want to target, and so on. So they are very efficient in the target marketing for the social media. Okay, so basically all these are some changes that I would like to share with all of you, and some advice for me will be adapt the changes, be on the fast track, because now it's really moving very fast. So adapt the changes, every of us on the fast track, do whatever we can do. Okay, so I think that's all about my sharing about this talk. So sorry for a little bit delay on this talk, right? So now we have come to the end of the talk for today. Thank you for your participation. And after the sharing of today, I really wish that you get the idea of target marketing and what the positioning of the target marketing. Okay, so thank you very much for being on the talk today. So wish you all the best. And also please stay tuned for our next free talk in the in the Tea Time Data series. So our next free talk will be on next month. Okay, will be on next month. So follow our social media to get the updates. Like and follow us so that you're able to get our updates. And you can find the links in the description box. And one more thing that would like to get everyone a recommendation is, if let's say you have any topic, that you would like us to share, please comment under this video. So please don't comment now, because the comment that you put now, we're unable to see it. After we end these sessions, you can comment below the recorded video. And of course, if let's say you have any questions that you would like to ask, you can comment as well. So please don't comment now because we are unable to see your comment after the live end. You can comment under the recorded video. Okay, so thank you everyone and have a nice day. So stay safe everyone. So see you next time. Bye-bye.